Privacy is an increasingly foreign concept to new generations, as technology allows individuals to share a wealth of personal information with as many people as they see fit, including but not limited to private multi-million-dollar advertising corporations. The concepts of privacy and confidentiality have lost their impact.
The digital world means access to an unlimited source of information at the fingertips of billions of people across the globe. As people realize the novelty and importance of this wealth of knowledge, it's only a small step from the eagerness to learn about the world to curiosity about each other. With this transition comes an innate desire to be known and a subsequent lack of personal privacy.
Perhaps the most blatant and fast-growing encroachment on privacy is the developing novelty of location tracker apps, satellite-driven technology that can pinpoint the location of a cell phone within yards of its genuine position. Generation X consumers are likely to have mixed feelings on intrusive technology, as opposed to the more polarized opinions of Gen Z and baby boomers. Most boomers find this infringement on privacy appalling and neither participate nor approve of the need to be known.
Gen Z individuals, and even most millennials on the other hand, are so accustomed to the relative safety of the internet and the surrounding culture that they readily sacrifice discretion for the advantages of instantaneous locating.
Hi, we're 16-year-old Generation Z boys in high school. My name is Isaac.
And I'm Brady.
By nature, me and my friends have an innate confidence in the internet, which frees us from worried obsession.
My name is Rebecca, and I'm a 49-year-old Gen X woman. Gen X is a generation in the middle ground. For example, many parents insist on tracking their children's phones, but would be outraged at the idea of reciprocating the exchange. In this way, Generation X understands the convenience and security that location trackers provide, but maintains a paranoia about them. This stems from an unfamiliarity with the online world. A general mistrust of the internet leads to concerns about oversharing, especially tangible information like location. But this same paranoia has exaggerated the dangers of the real dangers of the world, and the best way to overcome these fears is to create an internet presence. Therefore, Gen X users selectively engage in online location tracking to mitigate their discomfort.
Additionally, the importance of an online persona has steadily increased as the world grows progressively digital. Young people and uniquely tech-savvy adults have welcomed this growing industry with open arms.
The internet community is brand new, and social norms have shifted to fit the new system. Communities are built through mutual trust and experiences, and in the digital world, this means pushing the existing boundaries of privacy.
Young people have adopted the mindset that oversharing to the point of literal location is representative of a tight-knit community.
The online community is fluid and superficial by nature, meaning drastic measures must be taken in order to solidify the false authenticity of online relationships, which is manifested in proof of existence in the form of trackers. As people rely on online identities to facilitate connections, this exemplifies the dependence on apps and accounts to reflect one's personal life. Snapchat has commanded the norms and capabilities of instant communication.
Snapchat, a multimedia messaging app that allows users to send temporary photos, videos, and messages to their friends, has dominated online instant messaging. Snap Maps, an accurate and detailed map of the globe, allows users to track their friends to an exact address. Users allow Snapchat to access their location, and the app will show registered friends' positions. Bitmojis, or self-made caricatures of oneself, are a common feature of each Snapchat user and inform viewers of their general appearance as well as their relevant location. The map itself includes labels, color-coded topography, and a photographic Google Maps-esque eagle's eye view of the intended person's location. The tracking device also offers insight into what the individual was doing when they were most recently active, for example, driving, listening to music, or the temperature of their surroundings. The app also features hotspots where random international users can post public stories.
The implicit need to share every aspect of one's life represents the necessity to legitimize a community. This requisite is demanding, but people are willing to keep up with the incessant demand to divulge private information as long as their suppliers can provide a method. The overwhelming control that Snapchat has over its users is largely reminiscent of the critical approach to analyzing pop culture.
As millions of users concede their personal information to strengthen the false sense of community, the popular consensus distracts from Snapchat's hegemony over privacy.
A distinct and easily avoidable perceived loneliness is associated with withholding private information, and to avoid this social discomfort, people conform, no matter the invasiveness.
The soft power of peer pressure creates an environment in which the general solidarity prevents questioning.
Individuals are directed to ask,
why don't I share my location?
Instead of,
why do I have to share my location?
This idea is accentuated by Gen X's tendency to track others, like their children or pets, liberally, but refrain from sharing their own location. The pros and advantages of tracking is clear to this generation, but so too are the invasive and threatening aspects that remain obvious to baby boomers. This cognitive dissonance has manifested into one-sided participation in location tracking services.
Additionally, online users wish to maintain stable and widespread relationships with their fellows, and in order to sustain these ties, they must conform to solidify their groups.
Through this interactionist lens, online peer group societies are defined by the exposure of personal information in order to reiterate connections to the community in question. Furthermore, the internet provides an enormous scope for social networking.
In order to foster meaning between obviously weak connections, one can share their location to prove perceived trust.
Finally, the subculture of Snapchat manipulates unification to mean revealing personal yet shallow information, as opposed to introducing genuine personality traits or experiences.
A driving urge to create an online presence in order to guarantee security, comfort, and social acceptance in an increasingly digital world encompasses the desire to allow online acquaintances access to detailed personal information. By sharing one's location, they assure their position in the Snapchat community, a subculture that consistently gains numbers and power.